Dane and I are in LA, hanging in West Hollywood, bumping into celebrities. Now we're gonna go hang with a real opt-out life celebrity. That's our boy Cole from Digital Press. Let's do it.
All right, Nate, so we've been having fun up here podcasting in Los Angeles and decided we'd check in with a friend of ours, Nicolas Cole, and see if he could hang out with us and have a drink.
So what's going on, man? What are you working on today?
So today, full day, another day at Digital Press. I'm working on still just building the company and working on my next book, actually.
Talk about the next book.
Yeah, it's called How to Leap. Basically, the whole idea is everyone's kind of been asking me how I got to this point. In a year and a half, I basically went from working 9 to 5 to then leaping and becoming a freelance writer, quadrupling my income pretty much overnight. And then once I maxed that out, then realizing that I could scale that and then building a company. And now we have 20 employees and are growing quickly. So all of that happened in such a short amount of time. I find a lot of people, friends or just, people that read my work, they all kind of want to know, how did you do that? What happened? What were the steps that went into it? So that's what I want to share with people, yeah.
You just love to write, right? That's something that you're passionate about, that you enjoy doing. But then I think at some point it kind of clicked that you're gonna apply this skill and turn it into something a little bit more than a hobby or something you were good at.
The truth is, I think I always wanted to do that, even from the very beginning. I got introduced to writing when I was a gamer. Kind of the story everybody knows about me is that at 17, I was one of the highest ranked World of Warcraft players in the nation. And at the time, I had one of the first eFamous gaming blogs. So my introduction to writing came through gaming. Okay. And very early on, I saw that as a door. It was like, oh, if I can get people to pay attention to me, and if I can build my voice on the internet, that's power, that's opportunity. And so at 17, I think I kind of saw that and was like, whatever I do, I'm gonna end up doing it with writing. It kind of didn't matter along the way. I've had a lot of different chapters. I was a gamer, and then I got into bodybuilding and fitness modeling, and then I worked in advertising. But at each one of those chapters, I would write about it. And I would share, this is what being a pro gamer's like. This is what being a bodybuilder's like. And the writing is what allowed me to connect with people. So then by the time I got to 26 years old, people paying attention to my writing, I had gotten to a certain point where I could say, okay, great, now I can take this skill, I've done it for long enough where I can actually leverage it. And I can, now I work with founders and CEOs and go, hey, I can help you with your writing.
Tell me a little bit more about your business, Digital Press. I think we can talk a lot more about it on your podcast episode on Opt Out Life, which people should check out. But what is that business? What does it do? And you're a year into it, you've already got 20 employees, right?
Yeah, cool. Yeah. So the whole idea is that because I worked as a copywriter for small brands, big brands, kind of did the whole gambit, and I never really understood why a company's message came from an entity or an inanimate object. You can't give something like that a real voice. Why isn't the company's message coming from the people that started it? Why aren't they the ones that are sharing their own mission and what's driving them? So our whole philosophy and idea is the company's message should come from a person. So we work with the founder, the CEO, CMO, the executive team, investors even, board members. What's their insight? What do they know about the industry? And then we help them write the articles and distribute it.
So Nate and I have been, thinking about how to get people interested in the opt-out life. And the opt-out life has these pretty big components. You get business, side gig, real estate. And we realized that so many people can't get to that before they fix some other stuff in their life, right? So we're developing the pre-opt-out cleanse. So we're thinking of what do people need to do before they could get the opt-out life? And, I think a lot of what you're targeting and what you're writing to are people in that same position, right? The person that's maybe spinning their wheels a little bit and doesn't realize how valuable their time is and what they could be doing with that time to get ready to make the leap, to build the life that they want.
Yeah, I very much vibe with that topic because one of the most popular topics that I've written about online is it's self-development, and a lot of the pieces that have gone viral for me have been stories and times when I've kind of explained and actually painted a picture of what that looks like. And for example, one that I tell often is that when I was writing my first book, Confessions of a Teenage Gamer, I deliberately didn't allow myself to have internet for almost 4 years. So even though I worked at a digital agency and even though I was building a personal brand online, I knew that every night I would come home at, 9 p.m. and I would have 2 hours. I couldn't watch TV, I couldn't browse YouTube or anything, and I would force myself to sit down and be like, okay, I only can do one thing from now until the time I sleep, and that's right. And so every single day for 3-4 years, came home and wrote from 9 p.m. to close to midnight. And that's how I wrote my first book. To the point where the day that I left my 9 to 5 was the same day that I published my book. To me, that was very much this universal validation almost, like you did it, like good job. You put in the work and now it's paying off.
Cole, I love your story, man. Thanks for hanging out
Thanks
with
for
us.
being with us.
Looking forward to seeing the book. We'll chat soon.
Yeah, likewise. Thanks, guys.
All right, buddy.